Good morning, and how are you today? It's great to see you, hope you're well. Today we have a taste test to do, but this isn't a taste test of any of my wines that I have made or the recipes I've devised. I am doing a taste test of Magnum wine kit. Now I saw this online for £18 and I thought, well, at that price it's definitely worth a try. I really think that wine kits are a great way for beginners to get into the hobby of winemaking. It teaches you how to make a wine from start to finish, quickly, cheaply, without following any complex recipes. So, Magnum wine, what's it like? What do I think? I don't know yet, haven't done the taste test. So I think we should pour ourselves a glass of wine and talk about Magnum wine. And cheers! I chose to buy the medium sweet variety for some reason. I personally prefer a drier wine, so I don't know what made me buy the medium sweet. But heck, now I followed the instructions, not quite to the letter. I added more time to every stage, because I always find with wine kits, they rush through the timings and quite often it's never done in the times that they say. So if you make this wine kit or any wine kit, don't expect it to be finished in the time that they state on the label or in the instructions. It's a wee bit cloudy. I don't know if you can see that haze to it. I left it long enough to clear. I left it an age to clear, about 2 weeks more than they actually said on the instructions. And for a wine kit, I would have thought it would have been clearer before this point. Because if I wanted a wine to take its time, I would have made a wine myself from scratch. One of the main reasons to make a wine kit is you want them cheap and you want them fast and you want them in your glass within 2 or 3 weeks, because you're gearing up for a party or it's your first wine and you're so eager to get the results. So apart from that slight haze, which isn't a big issue, the flavour is going to be there. If you really want to get rid of the haze and the lack of clarity, there are things you can do to remedy it. Either chemicals or add eggshells as a fining agent. Anyway, the clarity I'm not too worried about. Minor loss of points. It's the taste, it's the aroma, it's the alcohol strength, it's all the other factors that make a wine drinkable in my view. I drink with my nose, I drink with my mouth. And hey, no, it's not that bad of a colour either. Golden, straw-like. Anyway, I'm eager to test it. Quite a pleasant bouquet and aroma on the nose initially. It does hit you as a sweet, straw-flavoured wine on the nose. It lacks that aftertaste, so you put your nose in there, have a really good sniff, and it hits you as a sweet wine. But then after that, nothing else comes through apart from grape and sweetness. And that's quite a pleasant mouthful. Citrusy, bright, cheerful, young, lively. It is medium dry, as the label states. I thought I bought medium sweet, but I bought it a while back and I'd forgotten what the label had said. Alcohol-wise, it comes in at 13.5%, which isn't to be sniffed at. It's mediocre average wine. It's a typical ABV for a medium dry wine, not to be sniffed at. Not really strong, not really weak either. Middle of the road, so that's perfectly good. And it definitely has a citrusy afterbite to it as well. It would go really well with seafood and salads and lighter meals. You wouldn't want this to go with a big heavy roast of any sort or heavy meat dishes. As a general sipping or glugging wine or a table wine to go with your meals, it's not that bad at all. It would definitely pass as a $4.99 bottle of plonk that you buy just to sip at home, put on your table. This isn't a wine that's going to impress anyone, but at the same time, it's not going to disappoint. So for the money, it's satisfactory, it's good, it's pleasant, it's very nice. But there are other kits on the market that cost a bit more but would offer a greater degree of pleasure drinking. They go from a nice wine to a brilliant wine. Would I buy it again? Well, the simple answer is I have already. I've got another one here to make up this afternoon. Because for the money, you can't go far wrong. It is a very easy summer's drink. Light, refreshing, It has that crisp sweetness to it. And I'm sure you could do a lot worse if you went out to buy a $3.99 bottle of El Cheapo Blonde. But there is more to a wine kit than the actual end product. There are other elements to consider, such as ease of making, instructions, ingredients. So to dive into that element, I'm going to leave you with the brilliant, wonderful me in the past. Thank you very much indeed, future me, for that fantastic introduction. Yes, Magnum wine review. I've already done the taste test in the future, so I haven't actually done it yet, but I would have done it when you watch this video. So you know how the end result is. At the moment, I have no idea how it's going to turn out. All I can try and do is make it brilliant. And I'm sure this Magnum wine kit might well be fantastic. I don't know yet. You know, I don't know. But for 18 quid and 3.5 kilos worth of sugar, you can't go far wrong for the money, even if it is just a bearable, drinkable table wine. For the cash, for the money outlay, if it gets you pissed, it gets you pissed. 30 bottles is bound to get anyone pissed. My initial reaction to the product is it's bog standard, nothing fancy, no frills, cheap as chips wine kit. It says it's medium dry white, it doesn't go into the grape variety that's used. So it's going to be a whole concoction of leftover grapes from the harvests. So there's going to be a whole heap of different grape varieties in this kit and other El Cheapo grape wine kit varieties. All I know is that on the back of the container they say European grape varieties. Wouldn't make sense for them to import Chilean, Australian, New Zealand grapes or grape concentrate juice over to add to this to be sold in the UK. Again, a cost-cutting measure. It's a cheap wine kit. If they had named the grape varieties, or 2 or 3 to make a blend, you would know that the finished product is going to be of a higher quality. So that's one of the tips for you when you're trying to choose a wine kit. Go for one that says it's a Merlot or a Shiraz or a Chardonnay, because then they are using quality grapes, because they've actually gone out and purchased a bulk of those grapes. So actual cost for the kit, £18. It's on the cheaper end of the market. Actually, I think this is the cheapest wine kit I could find on eBay or Amazon. I'll put the link to it down below in the description. So let's pop the top, and inside your lid you have your sachets of yeast and clearing agents and all that jazz, as well as your instructions. Now these instructions are not as fancy as some others on the market. If you think of Babylon, they come on some lovely card, well printed, high quality, and they include a calendar. Although the 2 previous kits I've made with Babylon, they've sent me an out-of-date calendar, which isn't much good. So are they spending too much money on things that do not matter, such as outdated calendars and not enough on the ingredients, or putting the price up unnecessarily to cover the cost of those things? But they are clear, and they are only in English, so you don't have to hunt around past all the Chinese and Korean and Russian and all that jazz to find the little bit of English instructions. So overall, for the instructions, 4 out of 5, I think. They're clear, they're precise. They do the job. It's nothing fancy though. And it's typical wine kit instructions. Add the contents, add sugar, add water, stir. And then add sachet number 1, which is your wine yeast, ferment it, and then add sachet number 2, which is stabilizer. Then add sachets 3 and 4, which is your clearing agents. Now these clearing agents are made of chitosan, which is crustacean shell extract. If you're allergic to shellfish or fish, or vegan, you may not want to add these, but you can add other types of finings and clearing agents if you want to, or let time naturally do it for you. Really simple to make, looking at the instructions. So I'm not going to film the process. It's really dead simple. Pour it all in. If you want me to make a video about how to make a wine kit, I can do that down the line, if you fancy. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you would like to see on this channel. So I'm going to crack on and get this made up. And then I'm going to enjoy having a glass with you down the line in the future, although it's in the past for you. So you, have a nice day, and I will see you all soon.